The Nike Vaporfly 3 is a limitless workhorse designed to maximize your full potential. But has it lost its edge in the super shoe era following its initial breakthrough? Let's dive in. At $250, the Nike Vaporfly 3 is a high-performing road racing running shoe. It comes in at 7 ounces for a men's size 10 and 5.8 ounces for a women's size 8. There have been refinements all across the shoe, but starting off with the upper, one of the main ones is the fly knit yarn that's seen across it. I've done a few runs in the shoe and the breathability has been very great. It's been getting a lot warmer here in New York City and I've been able to really enjoy what the shoe has to offer when it comes to this newly packaged upper with the fly knit. There's a few other notes that I have on the upper, namely the reduced padding in the tongue. It's not too drastic, but it is a little bit less weight in the tongue. The ribbed laces are more or less the same as what you see in the Vaporfly 2s, but altogether the upper is really great. I haven't had any issues with it in the first couple of runs that I've done in it, but really great first impression overall. Moving on to the heel counter, it's very stout, just like the Vaporfly 2s. You have a similar heel padding in the back of the ankle, which is really comfortable and something that I appreciated in the Vaporfly 2s. Overall, the packaging of the Vaporfly 3 has been very nice and I haven't had any major issues with it so far as the heel counter is concerned. It hasn't rubbed up against or chafed along my ankle, so overall it's been a great experience so far. One of the major, if not the biggest update to the shoe is in the midsole. As you'll notice dead center, there's a geometry cutout of the midsole, and this is Nike's attempt to maximize the weight overall. You're also able to see visibly the carbon fiber plate running across the midsole, or as Nike likes to call it, the fly plate. And likewise, you're also able to see the fly plate in the middle of the shoe with a similar cutout right there when you turn the shoe over. Moving on to the outsole, Nike decided to forego the rubber that was seen in the Vaporfly 2s and instead decided to use the waffle pattern. Nike ended up doing this because they wanted to emphasize different surfaces and really just to go for better traction. That's one of the major concerns that I had with the Vaporfly 2s, is that after a certain point, not only due to general wear and tear on the shoe, I felt like this shoe was pretty slippery in wet conditions, especially here where I'm living. There's all different types of seasons that we're constantly interacting with, so it's really nice to see this much needed change, and I'm hoping that it actually lives up to the hype of what Nike is going for this edition of the shoe. In addition, Nike made the rubber 2 millimeters thinner than its predecessor. This was to maximize the ZoomX foam in the midsole while also keeping within the 40 millimeter stack height under World Athletics regulation for different shoes. This is really important because they're really emphasizing the benefits of ZoomX, which is the best quality material out there in the market. It's a blend of P-Bax material, which is very resilient and what gives you that bounce when you're running in the shoe. You'll notice very quickly the types of benefits that you get just by taking a few strides or just running down the street. It's really incredible to see what type of difference that this shoe brings versus regular everyday trainers that you might not see otherwise. Another very cool thing that Nike does with a lot of different shoes, but namely with these high profile releases like the Vaporfly 3, is some of the detailing that you'll see throughout the shoe. You'll see the drop swoosh in honor of the first edition of the Vaporfly as part of the Breaking 2 project, where Eliud Kipchoge ended up going sub 2 in the marathon for the first time ever in human existence. Likewise, there's a cool quote on the midsole where it says, "The original super shoe designed for podiums and PRs, built to world standards." Nike has really gone to lengths to curate this shoe for the best experience possible while optimizing for everyone. It actually took Nike 57 iterations just to come up with this Vaporfly 3 during this cycle of the design process. I think that speaks testaments to the type of innovation that's going on at Nike headquarters in Oregon and the type of team that they put together to make sure that all of the consumers who wear the Nike Vaporfly 3 are happy and really tell the benefits from their competitors. And I think that's something to really hone in on, and what separates Nike from the rest of major brands also competing in the space. It's that Nike really takes the time to try to perfect and curate these experiences so you're able to get the best out of yourself and get ready for the starting line for whatever achievements that you're ready to accomplish. If you like this content, make sure to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your experiences with this shoe. Is it worth the hype? Are you willing to drop $250 on the shoe? And I'd love to hear any other feedback that you might have. Thanks.